Having anxiety and experiencing anxiety sucks. Not only does it produce uncomfortable physical sensations in your body, but also leads to negative thought patterns and destructive behaviors in your life. So in other words, not only does it strip the joy from your present moment, but also negatively affects every area of your life moving into the future. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons you may be anxious and what you can do about it today. Stay right here. Now, starting off at number 5 on this list is simple. You watch the news too much. That's right. In today's information age and age of the media and social media, we are privy to all of the drama going on in the world. We know when something negative happens a mile away, 10 miles away, or 10,000 miles away. But here's the deal. Essentially, a lot of that is not any of our business. Do we need to know when a tragic accident happened in Serbia? Do we have to know when a natural disaster took place in a country that would take 30 hours to fly to? Not really. See, the problem is, back in the day, before we had all this technology, we really were only concerned about our immediate surroundings. But now, we are all inundated with so much information from the news that just hearing it and seeing it and watching it is generally going to create negative feelings in your body. It's going to create this anxiety. So here's the deal. I'm not saying stay uninformed. It's important to be informed and be aware of what's happening in the world, but probably not to the degree in which you are taking it in. So here's one simple thing I have to say. A lot of the stuff that you see on the news, in a sense, it is none of your business. Why consume it? Why take it in? Especially if it only gets you riled up and anxious. Another thing to consider is all of that drama that you see on the news, all of it, 99.99% of it is out of your control. So you can spend your time consuming it and worrying about it, or you can focus on yourself, your loved ones, your career, your friendships, and experience a lighter day. So my advice, if you want to feel less anxiety throughout your day, consume less of the media. Focus on yourself, focus on your relationships and your day, and leave the drama of the world behind. Now, number 4 on this list is the fact that you have problems in your life that are unsolved, and you are avoiding actually solving them. You see, the mind is a problem seeker. It's naturally trained to do that. It's one of the reasons why human beings have been able to evolve and have so much. It wants to seek out problems and solve them. Now, if you have too many problems in your life that you are avoiding looking at, what they do is they pop up. They kind of circle and orbit your mind, and you watch them and you look away. And you see one and it dings you and you avoid it. Avoiding the problems that have to be solved in your life is going to lead to anxiety. My recommendation, take the reins. Take the steps necessary to solve those problems, because even the act of looking at your problems and coming up with a plan and a strategy to move forward is going to empower you, no matter how much it sucks. You're going to be in the driver's seat, and when you do that, when you stop avoiding and you start moving, anxieties are going to be removed almost instantly. I guarantee it. Number 3 on this list causing you to be anxious is that you have negative limiting beliefs about yourself. Some examples may be, I'm not good enough, or people don't like me, or even people are going to get mad at me. These negative beliefs that you have in your subconscious are going to produce the anxiety that you hate. If you are assuming that people are going to get upset at you, or that you're not good enough or strong enough to handle any situation, your body is going to naturally alert you to the danger. even though consciously you're aware that when you go to the social event, everything is going to be fine, no one's going to judge you, you're not going to be embarrassed. However, you believe in your subconscious that people are judging you, that they're actually going to become aggressive with you. And these type of negative beliefs, no matter what they may be, are going to produce that anxiety, whether consciously you realize it's silly or not. In my hypnosis practice, I have amazing, fast techniques to remove limiting beliefs from your subconscious, and when that happens, the anxiety is completely removed instantly. Next on our list is the fact that you have experienced past trauma leading to anxiety today. But let me tell you something, here is a little bit of wisdom. The past does not equal the future. Just because it happened in the past does not necessarily mean it's going to happen again. We naturally assume that it may and that it will. Now let's take a look at a little example. Let's say, for instance, you have been driving a car for 20 years and nothing bad has ever happened to you. Until one day you get into an accident. Now, all of a sudden, when you get behind the wheel, you experience tremendous amounts of anxiety. This is because that trauma you experienced is telling you this can happen again. Now, you knew the possibility for an accident was always there, but because you had that one instance, your mind and your body look at that event. They focus on that event. They say, that one is the important one because it caused so much emotional disturbance. You could have driven a car for 30 years and 99.9% of the time you were okay. And now, all of a sudden, your body, your mind says no. And here comes the anxiety. Now, the easiest way to remove anxiety from past traumatic moments is to go back to it, look at it, feel the anxiety, and in a sense, we can learn from it. We can gain wisdom from it. And when you gain the knowledge and the wisdom, there's no more reason to look at it. You can just simply file it away, anxiety removed. Now, the number one reason that you may be anxious today is because you learned it. That's right, your anxiety cannot actually be yours at all. More times than not, people learn how to be anxious from their parents at a very young age. They witness their mother or their father experiencing anxiety during certain situations. And then so what happens is you pick up that strategy for being anxious. That becomes your strategy for dealing with life. Much like some people experience guilt more than others, some people experience anger more than others, anxiety may be your go-to strategy for dealing with life. Now here's the good news. Because you learned it, you can just as easily unlearn it. It is not yours, it doesn't belong to you, and you don't need it or want it. Through hypnosis, when we can recognize that simple fact that you picked it up from somebody a long, long time ago, you are free to create your own strategies, optimal, better behaving, better feeling strategies for dealing with life. Anxiety removed. So there it is, the top 5 reasons why you may be anxious. I am here to tell you, you don't have to be. I promise you, it is not necessary for navigating through life. If you enjoyed this video, please click the link, the like, the subscribe, you know, all those buttons. Thank you for staying to the end, and I'll see you next time, feeling well.